The origin and mission of the Tao community. First of all Tao propagation begins with a heavenly decree. In the previous session, Lecturer German already shared with you the preciousness and importance of the heavenly decree. Because of the heavenly decree, heaven bestows the Tao upon this world, allowing us to receive the Tao and cultivate it. However, this was not always the case. In the past, ordinary people did not have the opportunity to receive the Tao as easily as we do today. At that time, a heavenly authorized teacher would transmit the Tao to only one disciple at a time. The disciple then devoted his or her life to cultivation. As for other cultivators, they had to cultivate diligently, accumulate great merits and virtues, and reach a very high spiritual level before heaven would send an enlightened teacher to guide them. Throughout history, enlightened teachers such as Jesus Christ and Sakyamuni Buddha received the heavenly mandate to transmit the Tao and its teachings to the world. Therefore, it was their mission to propagate the Tao. What about their followers and disciples? They gathered together to assist their teacher and helped introduce more and more people to the Tao. That is why the Tao community was established. The Tao community exists because this mission cannot be accomplished by one person alone. It requires teamwork. We work together to fulfill heaven's mission. Although our mission is still to propagate the Tao, the way we carry it out today is different from that of the past. Previously, the Tao was transmitted from one person to another, one disciple at a time. But how many people have received the Tao today? Hundreds of thousands, even millions, of people have already received the Tao. Why? Because the time has changed. Today, we have heavenly authorized teachers whose mission is different from that of previous generations. The present era is known as the last salvation. In the 1930s, Patriarch Zhang and Matriarch Sun received heaven's mandate to carry out the mission of the last salvation. Their mission is to guide all sentient beings back to their heavenly home. Today, we are still living in the era of the last salvation. The entire period of the last salvation lasts 10,800 years. During the first 100 years, many of us have already had the opportunity to receive the Tao. So what about the remaining 10,700 years? That is our responsibility. Our mission is to continue propagating the Tao throughout the world and help guide all sentient beings back to heaven. Let me give you an example. This morning, I drove several Tao members to the temple. As soon as they got into my car, some of them fell asleep. That's perfectly fine. Why? Because I'm the driver. I know where we're going. Even if my passengers are sleeping, I can still drive them safely to our destination. The Tao community is just like that vehicle. Once we get on board, we travel together toward the same destination. And what is that destination? There is only one ultimate destination, our heavenly home. Different religions use different names. Some call it heaven, some call it the kingdom of God, and others use different terms. Whatever name we use, they all point to the same destination. Our Tao community is like a large Dharma boat carrying everyone toward that destination. And along the journey, we continue inviting more and more people to come aboard the Dharma boat so that together we can return to our heavenly home. Now let's take a look at the organization of our Tao community. Since the 1930s, the Tao has spread throughout the world. Today, there are 18 groups and 24 branches, and we belong to one of them. The name of our group is FAE Group. Please repeat after me, FAE Group. Very good. And the name of our branch is? Our group, our branch, and the development of the Tao community. Now, let's continue. Our group is FAE Group, and our branch is Chongda Branch. So, all of us are members of FAE Group, Chongda Branch. Please repeat after me, FAE Group. Excellent. Now, let's briefly look at the history of Tao propagation in Taiwan. After the Second World War, in 1947, many Tao seniors came from mainland China to Taiwan to continue propagating the Tao. However, they encountered many difficulties. At that time, Taiwan had just ended 50 years of Japanese rule. Many local people spoke Taiwanese or Japanese rather than Mandarin Chinese, while the Tao seniors came from places such as Tianjin and Beijing and spoke Mandarin. Just imagine, there was no Google Translate in those days. Communication was very difficult. Besides the language barrier, China was also experiencing a civil war. Many Tao seniors arrived in Taiwan with very limited financial resources, and Taiwan itself was suffering from severe inflation and economic instability. Despite all these hardships, our Tao seniors never gave up. They continued propagating the Tao and cultivating themselves with unwavering faith. In 1948, the General Branch of Taiwan was officially established. The leader of FAE Group was Great Senior Elder Han. He led many Tao seniors from mainland China to Taiwan and devoted his life to the propagation of the Tao. When Great Senior Elder Han passed away in 1995, he was bestowed the heavenly title Great Compassionate Teacher. Please repeat after me, Great Compassionate Teacher. Very good. The leader of Chongda Branch was Senior Elder Chan. After she passed away a few years ago, she was bestowed the heavenly title Never-Resting Bodhisattva. Please repeat, Never-Resting Bodhisattva. Excellent. In tomorrow's class, we will learn more about the spirit and examples set by Great Senior Elder Han and Senior Elder Chan. Now let's look at the development of holy temples. The first public holy temple in Taiwan was established in Lulan. At that time, Taiwan was still under martial law. Public religious activities were strictly regulated, so propagating the Tao openly was not easy. Sometimes Tao members were questioned by the police simply because they gathered together for religious activities. Nevertheless, our seniors persevered. No matter how difficult the circumstances were, they continued cultivating themselves and propagating the Tao. Because of their dedication, the Tao has continued to spread throughout Taiwan. Today, Taiwan is divided into 9 Tao communities. Let's see whether your hometown belongs to one of them. The first is Ilan Tao Community. The second is Taichung Tao Community. The third is Taipei Tao Community. Don't worry. Later, your introducer or lecturer will let you know which Tao community you belong to. According to the registration list this morning, participants in today's seminar come from all 9 Tao communities in Taiwan. Although they are located in different regions, we all belong to the same Tao family. Now, let's look beyond Taiwan. Today, holy temples have been established in more than 80 countries around the world. In places where Tao affairs have continued to grow, overseas Tao communities have also been established. At present, there are 7 overseas Tao communities, beginning with Japan, which was established in 1991, followed by Singapore, Southern California, Bangkok, Los Angeles, and others. In total, there are now 17 Tao Affairs centers serving different regions around the world. Can you find your own country or hometown on the map? If your hometown is listed, that's wonderful. When you return home after your studies in Taiwan, you can continue attending Tao classes and participating in local activities. If your hometown is not listed, congratulations. Why? Because that means the Tao is still developing there, and perhaps you will become one of the pioneers who helps establish Tao affairs in your hometown. Whether you return to India, Germany, the United Kingdom, Cambodia, or any other country, there will always be opportunities to continue cultivating the Tao and helping others receive it. So don't worry. Even after you leave Taiwan, your journey of cultivating the Tao can continue. Now let's introduce the organizational structure of the Tao community. The Tao community is divided into 3 sections. Society section. College section. Teenager section. Today's seminar belongs to the college section. Although we divide our work into 3 sections, we all cooperate closely. For example, during lunch today, the delicious vegetarian meal was prepared by volunteers from the society section. If you have visited one of our vegetarian boarding places, you know that everyone lives, studies, cooks, and cultivates together like one family. Meanwhile, the teenager section organizes activities especially designed for young people, helping them learn the Tao through programs suitable for their age. Each section has different responsibilities, but we all share the same mission. For adults, the society section offers evergreen classes, encouraging lifelong learning so the cultivation continues throughout every stage of life. The college section organizes seminars, volunteer service, leadership training, and many educational activities, helping students cultivate themselves while serving society. The teenager section plans camps, educational programs, and character-building activities, helping young people develop good values and become positive contributors to society. The 10 functional groups and modern cultivation. Now let's look at how the Tao community operates. Within the Tao community, we have 10 functional groups. Every member is encouraged to participate according to his or her interests, talents, and willingness to serve. For example, during this seminar, you may have noticed that some brothers and sisters guided the traffic and directed cars into the parking lot. Others prepared delicious vegetarian meals for us, while still others planned today's classes and activities. Everyone has a different responsibility, but we all share the same goal, to help the Tao community function smoothly and to serve others. This reflects one of Senior Elder Chan's important teachings: everyone has work to do, and with everyone's participation, everything can be accomplished. She hoped that every Tao member would find a suitable way to contribute and become a strong support for the Tao community. Another important contribution made by Senior Elder Chan was the establishment of the 5-year Tao class program. After completing today's introductory seminar, you will have the opportunity to continue attending these systematic classes to deepen your understanding of the Tao. Modern cultivation. In ancient times, many cultivators withdrew from society. They left their families, lived in remote mountains, and devoted their entire lives to spiritual cultivation. Today, however, cultivation is different. We cultivate in our daily lives. We continue studying, working, taking care of our families, and serving society while cultivating ourselves. The 5-year Tao classes were designed to help us apply the principles of the Tao to everyday life rather than separating cultivation from ordinary living. Serving society. Besides regular classes, the Tao community organizes many educational, cultural, and volunteer activities. These activities introduce the Tao to the public in a friendly and natural way. Instead of asking people to accept the Tao immediately, we first build trust, friendship, and meaningful relationships. As these connections grow, people become interested in learning more about the Tao and eventually choose to cultivate it. We also organize volunteer services and educational programs for children and teenagers. Young people sometimes make mistakes while growing up. Our goal is not to criticize them but to provide guidance, education, and opportunities for personal growth, helping them build good character and confidence for the future. The Tao community also holds concerts, musical performances, exhibitions, and cultural events. Through these activities, we hope to bring positive values into society while allowing more people to understand the spirit of the Tao. Charity and humanitarian work. Another important mission of the Tao community is charitable service. To better serve society, the Tao community has established 5 charitable foundations. Whenever natural disasters occur, these foundations provide emergency relief both in Taiwan and overseas. For example, after the devastating flood in Taiwan in 2009, many Tao members immediately joined the relief efforts, helping affected families rebuild their homes and restore their communities. Likewise, when major earthquakes struck overseas, Tao volunteers traveled from Taiwan, Singapore, and many other countries to provide humanitarian assistance. The Tao community also supports senior citizens, disadvantaged families, and homeless children. One example is Shawnee Children's Home, established by Great Senior Elder Han to provide care, education, and a loving environment for children in need. Every year, teachers and children participate in activities such as cycling around Taiwan, encouraging healthy living, perseverance, and teamwork. Recognition and honors. Because of these long-term contributions to society, the Tao community has received numerous awards and recognitions from governments and public organizations, both in Taiwan and abroad. Great Senior Elder Han received many honors for his lifelong dedication to education, charity, and Tao propagation. Likewise, Senior Elder Chan was widely respected for promoting compassion, volunteer service, and social responsibility. Through her leadership, countless people were inspired to make society a better place. Learn more about the Tao community. If you would like to learn more about our Tao community, please visit our official website. You can simply search for FYCD online. The website also has an English version where you can learn about our history, activities, charity work, educational programs, and international events. Closing. Finally, I would like to share a song with all of you. The lyrics describe how our Tao community has grown, from a small beginning to today's worldwide family. As you watch the video, you will see scenes from all 9 Tao communities in Taiwan, the 7 overseas Tao communities, and the 17 international Tao affairs centers around the world. Let's enjoy the video together and sing along if you know the song. Thank you very much for your attention. If I have made any mistakes during today's presentation, I sincerely ask our senior brothers and sisters for your kind guidance and correction. Thank you. Before we move on to the next activity, let's review one more time. What is the name of our group? FAE Group. Excellent. Now let's take a 10-minute break. Please be back here at 5:15 p.m. Thank you, everyone.